Hi, welcome back. You look tired. Have you slept today? Maybe you should go to sleep for a bit. After watching this, of course. I said after. So for today's video, I will be talking about some thoughts I have about music and a new series I will be calling Monthly Tunes, which will be monthly, hence the name. This one's for January. Kinda late, I know. At least I'm not filming this on February 27th or February 29th. Oh my god, it's a leap year. Since this is a new series and my channel is new, I might change some things once I see what works and doesn't work. So let me know what you think about these, and let me know what you think about the music that I include. For this series, I will be reviewing and recommending albums and EPs I listened to during that month, feature a small band and a favorite album or EP of mine, probably an album, and mention some music that I'm excited to listen to in between the time of this video and the next video. With that, let's begin Monthly Tunes.
Cool and fun and nice.
Yeah.
For this month's album reviews, we have I Love You by The Neighborhood, Manic by Halsey, Retired from Sad, New Career in Business by Mitski, How Big, How Blue, How Beautiful by Florence and the Machine, Ladywood by Tovlo, Toaster Oven, Yeezy by Kanye West, and Random Access Memory. I listened to a bunch of albums, I know. I plan on listening to more because I'm working on this list of my favorite albums from the 2010s. I have so many candidates for it. Even after I listened to a bunch in December, I still have so many because I keep finding more and more. Okay, I moved. Now for the first album, I Love You by The Neighborhood. I liked it a lot. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Before listening, I knew almost every song except for one or two. So I knew what to expect from it already, knew I'd like it. But listening to it for the first time all the way through finally was nice. It has a very dark, sad, airy indie pop sound to it. If you're sad or emotional and looking for music to relate to, this might be a good one. It might add to those feelings at some parts, but it can be comforting in its relatability. If you're really happy, maybe avoid every song besides Sweater Weather. That being said though, it's a good album, I liked it a lot. Maybe my favorite from them. The song I liked the most would be Female Robbery. I love Female Robbery. With its rhythm, drums, lyrics, how the singer Jesse Rutherford sings them with this soft, kind of high, smooth voice. The beginning, I've always loved it. I also liked Sweater Weather, of course, Afraid, What Do You Want From Me, Flawless, and maybe Let It Go a lot. The song I liked the least would be How, which is one of the songs I don't remember hearing beforehand. It's just boring and plain to me. So yeah, 8 out of 10, liked it a lot. Now on to the second album, Manic by Halsey. I absolutely loved this album. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10, maybe more. I really liked it. There's this beautiful, honest, encapsulating sound to it. All of these elements, rock, indie, acoustic, pop, happy, sad, angry, romantic, even some childlike elements. The song Clementine, for example, is put together in this childlike way, with the way she sings and how the instrumental is, along with the music video, even with the mature lyrics it has. Her previous albums also explore things such as honesty and thoughts and experiences she has, but those were through a character, whereas this album is done from her. By her, I don't just mean Halsey, I mean Ashley, the person she is behind and along with Halsey, the person she truly is. Manic shows that who Ashley is and the differences between them and embraces them, despite all the things she wishes she could change about Ashley. Such a fascinating concept, I absolutely love it. Now, the song I liked the most would be Alanis' Interlude, featuring, of course, Gwen Stefani. No, Alanis Morissette. I mean, I love most of the songs, I could list any really, but I think I have to put this song at the top, at least at this time. I also really liked Finally / Beautiful Stranger, 929, Clementine, as I previously mentioned, Forever is a long time, Still Learning, I Hate Everybody, and maybe Killing Boys, maybe. Oh, and also Without Me. Basically, almost every song. I could really just list all of them, except for my least favorite, which would be Dominic's Interlude. It was okay, I just didn't add to it or anything. And I would also include, I hope I'm saying this right, Suga's Interlude for that too. I'm not into K-pop or BTS, and it was just boring and plain, it didn't add to the album or anything for me. So yeah, that is Manic by Halsey. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 at this time. I really liked it. It's very artistic and beautiful, and yeah. Yeah, sure. My hair's curlier. So next album is Retired from Sad, New Career in Business by Mitski. I'll rate it an 8.5 out of 10. I really liked it. I didn't expect to like it that much after listening to her first album Lush in the summer and thinking that was playing, but I ended up liking this album a lot. It's also a beautiful cinematic album, great for a movie that's about romance and drama that you'd see nominated for an Oscar or a bunch of gifts from on Tumblr. Like a really artistic, emotional movie. I don't know. Really, if someone doesn't use this for a movie, I might just have to. Mitski's lyrics are like poetry. She sings along a piano and an orchestra at some parts, and everything just comes together in this soothing, inspiring, yet, and I keep saying this, emotional album. It's beautiful. Now, the song I liked the most would be Class of 2013 or Square. And I also like Shame, the second version. I Want You, Square, the second version. Circle, Humpty, and Because Dreaming Costs Money, My Dear. I love her song titles. The song I liked the least would be Goodbye, My Danish Sweetheart. Unless this was a song title review, then that would be up there. But it is not. It's for songs and albums this time. Let me know if I should make a video about that. There was a few parts that were kind of lacking, such as in that song. Overall though, very nice album. 8.5 out of 10. Next album, How Big, How Blue, How Beautiful by Florence and the Machine. My rating is 9 out of 10. I absolutely loved this album. It's a fucking masterpiece. Again, didn't think I would like it as much as I did, considering their previous album, Ceremonials, was pretty good but had boring parts to it. And their first album, Lens, had some good parts, but was overall really boring and lacking variety. But oh boy, was I wrong. So cinematic, so colorful, so inspiring. It makes you want to find a floral field where when the sun is rising or setting, and just run through it or lay in it and embrace and feel life. I don't know, just the feeling of it. It also has emotional parts too, of course. They all seem to. But the overall sound is so, I guess you could say, captivating, with orchestral parts, Florence Welch's wonderful vocals, guitars, different drumming styles. I think there was piano, I'm not sure. And oh god, the lyrics. It should be in a fucking movie too, that I will write, produce, direct, and release in 5 years, if nobody else will. I see they're coming by again. I liked the title song the most, though really every song was really good. Various Storms and Saints, Mother, Delilah, Queen of Peace. Out of those, I liked St. Jude the least, though like I said, every song was still awesome. So yeah, 9 out of 10, would not recommend it. This album is Ladywood by Tovlo.
Hello. Oh.
This is when we get to the more negative or neutral reviews for 2 albums. I'm gonna rate this a 6 out of 10, maybe. I hope that changes eventually as we get into her music more, but I don't know. This was also another album I didn't think I would like that much, considering her first album, Queen of the Clouds, wasn't that good, and I was right. Although I did like it more than Queen of the Clouds, so there is that. It has this dancey pop electronic sound to it. It's from 2016, it's very 2016, if that makes sense. If parts of it played at a nightclub or a party, it would be fun to dance to, fun to socialize to, but listening to it sat down with no really exciting activity happening, that makes me sound boring. It's not as interesting. And for me, the albums I tend to like a lot are albums I can listen to at any time or almost any time, and I don't have to be doing anything to properly enjoy it. So this album didn't do it for me. Some parts were good and fun, but most parts were underwhelming, lacking something. I liked Don't Talk About It the most. And other songs that would stand out would be Cool Girl, Keep It Simple, Flashes, Imaginary Friend, and True Disaster. And the song I liked the least was, I wrote down the first Fairy Dust Interlude. That doesn't count. So really, it would be Influence featuring Wiz Khalifa. I don't know. So Ladywood, 6 out of 10 I guess, goodbye. Album, Yeezus by Kanye West. The second part to our negative album section, woo! I'm rating this a 4 out of 10 I guess. I didn't think I'd like it, again, but I thought I'd give it a chance anyways, since it seemed like all of these people loved it when it came out in 2013. Like me, no, I say it too much. Soon after I started listening, I still didn't understand why. It's just boring and weird. I don't get it. Now you have to consider the fact that I just don't get Kanye's music, with the exception of Power, or I guess Black Skinhead, which is on this album. Some people get his music and think he's this really artistic musician in person. Some of the things he says, I guess, would be, I do like how he doesn't care what anyone else thinks, and just does what he wants and says and believes what he wants, despite all of this success and people who dislike him. I do like that, and I really like his song Power too. But overall, I just don't get him or his music, so this album came off as, you guessed it.
No.
And was this really popular in 2013? Was I tricked? Was it just all false? Some parts were interesting. I'll give him that. I guess the song I liked the most out of everything was I'm In It, I guess. And I thought Black Skinhead, Bound to, Guilt Trip, New Slaves, and even though he skipped part of it, Send It Up were interesting, okay. And I liked On Sight the least. To be honest, I didn't listen to every song. I just moved on to the next album I have after half of it. So that's out of half of it. I don't know. Yeezus, 4 out of 10. Not sure why I even included this. Next and final album, Random Access Memories by Daft Punk. This will freshen up everything. I'm giving this a 9.5 out of 10. I fucking loved this album. Didn't think so beforehand, and oh boy, oh shit. Did I fly off to space and have Daft Punk hypnotize me into thinking differently for 74.5 minutes. What is this video? There is this experimental nostalgic disco pop sound to it with 70s and 80s influences, 90s and 2000s influences, and at the time, 2013 too, modern 2010 influences. Oh yeah, that's right, we're in a new decade. Now, you might be thinking, well, Sunny, that sounds like a lot. Sounds like it might be too much. False, Jim. They all work together in harmony, like a beehive collecting honey, or the Battlestar Galactica team. Unlike this office. What was that? Electronic beats, auto-tuned vocals, robotic vocals, an orchestra in some songs, piano, drums that are live and from a machine, dancey guitars, and the bass. The bass. So good, works so well. It's best listened to all together. It's such an artistic out-of-body into space on this futuristic planet. Still living in the 70s inspiring experience, although it is 74.5 minutes. So you'll have to have some free time. Still good in individual parts, I suppose. I like Giorgio by Moroder the most. Such a beautiful, motivating story. Songs such as Touch, Get Lucky of course, can't miss that. Fragments of Time, Beyond, and Lose Yourself to Dance also stand out. I liked Instant Crush the least, unfortunately. I really want to like it, but I just can't. Run Max's Memories, 9.5 out of 10, fucking great. Okay, that was Monthly Tunes.
Oh my god.
I hope that was interesting enough. Let me know your thoughts and suggestions, music or video-wise, down below.